This is the story of the city of Nice in France. At that time, the world's best bank was one whose strength and security counted on top. So this bank was called Société Générale Bank. The specialty of this bank was that it was built in a very old building. Its security was such that it did not trust guards or humans. There was only a one big main gate to enter the bank. It weighed about 20 tons. Every morning when the bank would open, the bank staff would come. The timing when the door would open is at 9 a.m. in the morning, and then inside there would be lockers and other things. The building of this bank was such that there were iron bars on the walls, so it was not easy to separate the walls. There is no light, no window, no such thing. It means that there is a small way through which you can enter the bank or exit. The speciality of this bank is that it opens in front of everyone. Also, there is a fixed time to close the bank. Now, on 19th July 1976, in the morning, all the staff reached the gate before the time of the bank. It was the same period, 1976. At that time, Atom wasn't exists that time. You had to go to the bank for deposits because there was no technology yet. Now, the person who was responsible for opening the bank lock opens the vault, but the door does not open. He tries again, but it doesn't open. It takes about 15 minutes. Then the bank staff remembered that this has happened a couple of times before, that the door was tried to open, but it didn't open. It may have jammed from inside. So the responsibility of this door and this security was given to the company who had made this door and this lock. Before this, when this door was not opened a couple of times, the security company was called. Their staff came and opened the door with their techniques. So on the morning of July 19, 1976, the door was tried to open, but it was not opening. About an hour passed. Now the people who have kept their money in the bank, now the customer has reached there as per their needs. So, along with the bank staff, the customers crowd outside the gate is unable to open the door. The bank staff is worried. The customer is upset. So, despite an hour of effort, when it didn't open, it was decided that the security company should be called. Now, the security company was given the information that the door is not opening. You come. People from their company came. Now they tried to open the door. We tried, but the door didn't open. It seemed like it was jammed. It's been 3 hours. When the customer is worried about the door not opening for 3 hours, what should we do? Then it was decided that the door won't open. The wall is so strong that it can't break. So we should drill a hole in the door. And through it we can see, by putting our hand in, that from inside, from where the lock is stuck, because that company only knew. So they have started opening a hole near the drilling machine. It took a lot of time because 20 tons of heavy door, and the thief couldn't open it through drilling. It had the whole arrangement in it. Anyway, after some time, a small hole was created through the drill machine through which one hand could go inside. Now, a company employee put his hand inside and opened the lock from inside. But when the hand went inside, he was amazed. He saw that there should have been a lock here. On the place of the lock, it seems that someone is already inside. Drilled or jammed door looks like something that melts the iron permanently. It felt like something was attached from inside the vault where the lock was. Now, no one can open it through the welding machine. The entire part of the lock and the 2 doors that were there were jammed with a welding machine from inside. How is this possible? First, the security company employee was surprised when he told all this. Then, the people started looking around at the bank walls. The entire wall was safe. The roof was safe. So, who is the person who locks the door from inside through the building? And the person who locked it is inside. There is no other way to come out. But before that, the problem is that someone locked it. It takes a lot of time regarding the door. The crowd was increasing. Finally, it was decided that a wall with a welding machine should be made so large that a person can easily enter the building. Now, the wall was started to be made hollow. Then, from one of them, the first person went inside, and he suddenly screamed out inside as he saw that all the windows were broken. Now, slowly, the rest of the people went inside the bank. The people who went inside saw the welding machine. They saw the lock and system of the door were closed. You couldn't open the door. That's the reason the door was not opening smoothly. Then the welding was broken and removed. Everything was stolen. Also, there was no one inside the bank. They were all in a pit. They saw a pit and thought it was a tunnel. Now, the police enters the place. The police is informed immediately. The police arrives. The police examines the bank. After the bank examination, the first thing the police sees is a message on the bank wall. Maybe the one who had cleaned the bank wrote this message on the way. This message. It was in French, but in Hindi, it was translated without weapons, without hatred, and without violence. That simplify, by the help of all these things, the bank was looted. Now it became clear that this is a case of bank robbery, a heist that shook everyone. Also, this broad brand robbery is worth about 900 crores. When the police team saw the tunnel, they were helpless. They had to take someone out and see where the other tunnel would open. Anyway, the police team got out of the tunnel. There was darkness in the tunnel. They kept walking in the dark. While walking, when they came out of the tunnel, they found that it was the underground sewerage line of the city, and he left the place near the sewers. The place where the sewers were coming out was a deserted place. So the police team left the bank outside the sewers. So it was clear that the bank robbers dug a tunnel and reached the bank through this sewage line. They looted the bank and went back from this way. Now it became clear that this was a bank robbery. The police found some things inside the bank, in the trunk. They found food in the bank. They found something to eat. They thought the thief ate the food with confidence because the amount of food was so high. They also found 27 gas cylinders. They were used to cut the bank's internal drawers. Welding torch was lit. So all these things were indicating that this whole thing was a pre-planned theft. Not only that, the team of the police came out through the sewer, through the tunnel. So there were ventilation machines also installed there, so that the fresh air can be taken, so that the inside does not suffocate. A thief had stolen in a safe bank in the city. Now, the accounts were started. When the accounts were started, the report came that more than 20 million. That is, if we say in dollars, then it is $110 million, and in Indian currency, then it is almost 900 crores rupees cash and jewelry had disappeared from the bank, which belonged to different people. 900 crores. This was the biggest theft of that time. The news of this robbery came to the world's media. News were published on the front page. And people were surprised by the way this robbery was committed. Now press the French police on the police to solve this robbery case. The French police made their special team and put it on people. 3 months passed. No information was found for 3 months. Now the month of October has come. October 1976. The police are still trying to catch the thieves worth 900 crore rupees, and they are empty-handed. After 3 months, in October 1976, a girl suddenly arrives at a police station in this city, and she goes there and says that she knows about this bank robbery. What else does the police want? She asked who. She tells the name of a person. She says that he is my boyfriend, and I found out yesterday from her conversation that she has a lot of money, that he has robbed this bank. So that is my duty as a citizen to inform the police. The police thanked him, and then they found out his name and took over the place. And after a few hours, 3 months later, the first thief of this bank was in the police custody. When the police caught him, he was interrogated. And then he started telling the names of his other gang members. When they caught all the gang members, the police were shocked because they were all small thieves, small groups. The police were not able to believe that with such a great planning, sending the security in such a big bank for robbery can be done by somebody like them. The question raises that who would have stolen 900 crore rupee? The police kept asking all those people. Finally, 1 or 2 people of that gang opened their mouth, and they said, the mastermind of this robbery is someone else, and he is not among us. He is not caught. No one took the name of the mastermind or the leader of this gang. Those 2 people took it. The name was Albert Espaziari. Albert Espaziari. Albert Espaziari was from Italy, and he was a photographer from Pesce. And along with photography, He was fond of finding the treasure. When this name came in front of the police set a trap. And finally, Albert Spaziali was arrested. Now, the police started questioning. When the questioning started, he said that he was searching for many treasures in the world, but he didn't find any success. Then, I came to this city, and after coming to this city, I opened my account in this bank. And after opening an account, I felt that I should keep running around for the treasure, as I had come to know about this bank also. This bank had a lot of money, that is, treasure. So in this society, I opened my account in the bank. After opening the account, I often came to the bank. And now I started planning. First of all, he took a locker in this bank. He said that after taking the locker, I had gone to the bank so many times. There were a lot of photographers, and they gave me pictures. He saw that the security of the bank is just a reference to a main gate. 20 tons of weight is the gate that does not open, and there is no one to open it. I thought that the guards and other people are unaware of the bank's action. He said that opening that door and coming through that door was difficult. He also thought that there might be some security system in there, so he put an alarm watch in his locker. He fixed the time for the night. The alarm went off. Nothing happened. He was convinced that in this bank there is no security system that can detect such thing. Because if an alarm is ringing inside the locker, then a sensor or other thing can catch it. But no one was informed there. Work is going on in the normal bank from morning till night. He thought that now it is easy to rob this bank. After this, he became an engineer and reached the municipal office of the city. He had already tattled the bank from all sides before his eyes. Now he reached. He was an engineer at the fake municipal corporation office. He took a map of the city from there. He saw the city map in the bank. He saw everything around the bank, but he didn't know any other way to enter the bank because the wall of the bank and the door were impossible to distinguish, and there was no small light source to enter. Then he thought to think about the ground instead of the top of the ground, that there are some sievage lines here. Then he set a plan in one of the sievage line according to his map. And one day, he landed in that siever. After landing, he started measuring. And then he realized that the siever line is the main siever line of the city. He comes to a place and cut it. He thinks that if we make a tunnel from there, then we can go straight into the bank and can easily open this tunnel. Now, everything was fine till here. But according to the measure he had taken to cut the main sewerage line and reach the bank, he had to make a 26 feet tunnel. That is, a 26 feet long tunnel. He was not able to do it alone because he was planning to steal. He couldn't make a digging tunnel. Then he researched. He found out about a notorious group in the city. And in a way, he brought the gangsters team together. He gave them his idea. He said, "We have to rob the bank, but we have to make a tunnel for it." The gang was ready, but he said it will take time because the tunnel can only be made in the dark of night. Now, in the dark of night, the tunnel work began inside that sewerage line. And it took 2 months to complete this work, 26 feet. After 2 months, they started waiting for the day of the bank's holiday. On Saturday, the bank closes. On Sunday, it closes. So on Monday, it will open. They said, let's choose the day of Saturday. On Saturday, the bank closes in the evening. These people have everything with them. Food, drinks, everything. And they all enter the bank on Saturday evening. They stay in the bank for the next 27 hours. After going there, they break every locker with confidence. They have their lunch, breakfast, even dinner. After doing everything, they close the main door with a welding machine. Even if someone wanted to come to the bank at the same time, they couldn't come in. And there was no other way to enter the bank. This is how he looted all this. But a gang member's girlfriend broke the... He confessed his crime. He said, "Yes, I am the whole case's mastermind. It was such a big theft." While looking at the crime, the court sentenced him to life imprisonment. He was sentenced to life imprisonment but the theft was not being found yet. The police were worried. They found few, around with 900 crores. They haven't found more than half of it yet. Now the mastermind is standing in front of the police. So he knows where the money is. The police told him that if you informed us about the money now, your punishment will be less. But he didn't tell. Now, the main accused was punished. The judge asks him one last time about the money, but then he's sentenced to life imprisonment. He writes some code words on the papers and passed it to judge by saying, all this theft is hidden here. Now, where is it hidden? What he has written in the code word. The judge asked him to tell the code. He said, no, I will not tell it in front of everyone in the court. I have hidden the treasure in different places. I have given you this code. I will decode it in front of you, in your room alone. The judge is ready. Now, everyone else in the courtroom, in the judge's chamber. After reaching the court, the judge asks the court to tell the court. When the court was talking, the judge took some time to tell the court. In the meantime, there was a window in the judge's room. The window was on the first floor. Suddenly, the judge was confused and jumped down from the window. There was a motorcycle standing below. He jumps down and sits on the bike and counts to 9. After being punished for life imprisonment, he runs away from the judge in the name of finding the treasure. Then he runs away without any clue. He has left, but he didn't get his hands on it. Time passed slowly. After a long time, on 8th June 1989, I got a news from Italy. Albert's mother said that his son had died in Italy. On 8th June 1989, they asked how he died. He said that he didn't know. Some people took my son's dead body to the river outside my house. And this is still a mystery. How Albert died, whether it was natural death or people who killed him. And who were those people who left his dead body outside his house? But before this, when he ran away from there, Albert gave a TV interview. And in that interview, he told us in detail how he planned the robbery. The same detail which I told you a while ago. So this was the biggest robbery at that time. And the amazing thing is that the thief ran away from the judge's room. And the amazing thing is that most of the money from the robbery is still not known to the police. So that's all in the story.